Hello, people. One of the reasons why I respect President Vladimir Putin is because Vladimir Putin is very interested and serious about developing his own people. He may not really care about any other place, but it is clear that Vladimir Putin wants to develop his place, his people, his resources. And I just wanted a situation where the leaders that we have in this country and in the Caribbean had that same passion for wanting to see their people develop and advance, as Vladimir Putin shows. There was a guy I didn't. He was a guy I interacted with. He was a chemist, and he was from Russia. And he told me that we were working in a lab together. And he told me that when he was small, when he was a child, his parents and they had to stand up on long lines just to get bread and butter. And he told me when Vladimir Putin took over, they never had these problems, and they were fed much better, and they did not know hunger when Vladimir Putin became president of Russia. That's what my colleague told me. We were working in a lab together. Russian guy, Russian chemist. Now, one of the reasons I respect Vladimir is because Vladimir Putin, some years ago, Vladimir Putin, let me see how many years ago? Maybe around 4 years ago, 5 years ago, Vladimir Putin allocated millions of dollars. Millions, a lot of money, probably in the billions too. So that scientists that are in Russia, Russian scientists who are in America, Europe and other places, they can come down to Russia and he providing them with labs and all the equipment that they need. And he would pay them very well for them to work on research that would benefit Russia. And then you see different certain guys were being interviewed and they were talking about how they were so happy to get the opportunity to come down and now they can do their research. They're working for Russia, and they were very happy with the accommodations and the opportunities that were presented to them. A president wanting people to come to the country to develop it because he understands the need, the importance of your human resource. One of the things America built its strength, economic strength, military strength and might based on getting the best foreigners, scientists and other people into their country to work for them. All right? That started around after the Second World War. When the Second World War was over, some of the German scientists, the Americans paid them to come to America and do research. One of such people was von Braun. And von Braun was the pioneer in the space administration and research projecting that they have in America. Von Braun. Go and research about von Braun. I'm telling you all of that to show you how you cannot build a country without the help of the best minds that you have. The developed countries know that and they implement that. But in St. Lucia, it is not so. The effort is a lot of the political people, what they do is they try to frustrate the scientists and intellectuals that they have. They do not really want them to come to St. Lucia because the thing is they believe that if these people come to St. Lucia, they will not be able to manipulate the masses the way they're doing. So keep them out. There are people in America who have contacted me and told me about certain politicians went to go to America and they meet them in New York and places like that. And they tell the politicians that, you know, I want to come down and do this project, whatever. When they're in America, they will tell you nice thing. Yeah, man, come. When you come to my office. A guy told me that he went to the office, to the guy's office. The guy invited him and he went to his office. And while he was at the guy's office, the guy wasn't paying him attention. The guy was actually doing other paperwork while the guy was talking and ignored him. And the man told me that when he left that office without that minister even knowing that he left. So what happened is, when you look at how things run in this country, a lot of the times, the people, the politicians, it is almost like the best sector, the best group for them are the people who are not intellectuals, the people who are not thinkers, the people who are dependent on a dollar, on a handout. That is why they push that STEP thing like that short-term employment program, STEP. And when you speak against that STEP thing, the people who benefit, who actually work on STEP will be angry. And they will make it look like you hate them or you are a hater for not wanting that STEP thing. But there is no growth in that. That thing is not sustainable. $500, how often are you going to get STEP? Can you take a loan on STEP? Can you buy books for your children on STEP? Can you start a business with STEP money? What is it that you can gain from that STEP fight that is going on? Okay? But what happened is, when you speak against those things, you become an enemy of the state. When you speak against these useless programs like STEP, these millions of dollars can be used into doing things that will create full-time employment for people. You see, what we have here in this place is people know how to use their brains to engineer benefits for tourists and for the tourist sector and for hotel owners. But as it relates to the poor person and to farmers, their brains stop working. The millions of dollars they put into STEP, there are ways in which they can engineer programs to benefit the same people that would have benefited from STEP, where they would have had permanent employment for a long time. But they don't want to do it like that. They do not want to use their brain to engineer anything that will benefit poor people. The objective is to keep them poor. Once they are poor, they will always come and beg you for bread. You cannot develop no country on people asking you for bread every time. You cannot develop no country on STEP. You have to have people gainfully employed in industries where you can export things, where people can get a weekly check. And that's how the economy will grow. But when you come in and try to defend STEP, you defend in poverty. We don't want to do with them kind of thing. People are supposed to have a check. Yeah, what up? Yeah, no problem. You know where I am. Yeah. So what are people? The people deserve to get employment. People deserve to buy a house. People, if somebody decide they want to have a house, they're supposed to be able to do that. If somebody want to buy even a vehicle, which I don't support, they're supposed to be able to do these things. But to keep people in a mental state where they're supposed to be putting their hands out for arms from government, that is foolishness, man. We cannot grow like that. We cannot grow like that. And what happened now is, we see no love for the poor people. The same people that will make you believe that they're in favor of the poor are the same ones that will tax the people more. The same ones that will make you believe that they're in favor of poor people are the ones that will keep people boxed down in that STEP thing and other thing. Man, people deserve to have available places where they can come and work, where they can afford to pay for things, to buy books, you understand, to buy their land, to buy other things that they need to survive, you understand, and to survive and thrive in the country. We don't want a situation where you have people hands out for just to eat a bread, man. And then every time they have to come and stretch forth their hands to get a bread from you. You understand? People getting tired of that. There politics that is keeping people poor. And people, the thing is the worst thing. That is why I get to understand that this is a deceptive thing that is very dirty. Because people that are educated are the ones that are pushing that just for a few people to gain $1 million, and you have a whole population starving. A whole population of people thinking that this is the way to go. And these same people, that's why when some people live in this situation and they get a chance to go to America, England, and these places, they realize they were fooled all their lives. And that's why sometimes you're having people making videos when they go overseas and they're saying, F St. Lucia, F this country, F this, F that. Because they realize they were given a 6 for a 9. We don't want that F St. Lucia thing to continue. We want people to have an opportunity to grow in the land.